Hello, welcome to Memory Bites. I am Mark. It's good to see you back, or if it's your first time here, welcome. So recently I have been seeing a lot of collection videos, people showing off their collections, and I always like to jump on a bandwagon now and again, so I thought I might do something like that. So the last one I saw was by CM Retro. Awesome guy, awesome channel. Check it out. I will link it below. Make sure you check that out. And he did a Game Boy collection. It was a Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance collection. And it got me thinking, well, of all the systems I collect for, I've been collecting for the Game Boy the longest. So why not? I will show you my Game Boy collection. It's not huge, granted, but it's a fair size, I think. You know, I only really started collecting seriously for all my systems a few years ago. I've had a Game Boy though since they first came out. I think they came out here in September of 1990, I think. I'm sure if I'm wrong you'll tell me. But I got one that Christmas, and I've had a Game Boy of some iteration all the time. I've never been without a Game Boy. So I've been collecting for it, and I'll show you my collection now. Okay, well, we'll start with the original. The grey brick, as it's affectionately known over here, looks something like this. So many members of this, as I mentioned before in previous videos. Great system. Mine came bundled with Tetris, as most people's did. There were bundles where you get different games, I think, but they were not widely available. So most of the time, if you got one of these, it came with this. And it was a great game to have as well. Lots of hours of gameplay in that, depending on the batteries you have, of course. Now, before I do start, a lot of my games are loose. I do have a few that are boxed, but a lot of my games are loose, as most people's are if you collect for the Game Boy. It's just easier to find loose games, I think. Now, I found a great website called Nintandbox. Again, I'll link that below. It's a bit of a mouthful. But they do game boxes, NES game boxes, and, well, Nintendo boxes, not just NES, but Nintendo boxes. The NES, SNES, Game Boy, N64, I think, might be wrong, but they certainly do a lot of Nintendo boxes. So mine look a bit neater on the shelves. I print it out of you. Now, I've never had a Tetris box before, because mine came with the system, of course. So these are great. You're free to sign up, and you can download and print as many boxes as you want. As you can see, you can't pass them off because they've got the little logo on the back. You print them, cut them out, glue them together, and you've got a box. Not just boxes though, you can also do the inserts. So a few of my games have these boxes, but I will tell you which ones, just so you don't think I'm trying to pass off original for repro, because I don't do doing that. But it looks just nicer on the shelf. Okay. Now, before I do show you the games, I'll show you this accessory I bought. Well, I have had one of these for most systems, but it's a Game Genie. Yes, I'm a cheating little... But, yeah. There's some games that you can't beat without it. Or at least there's some games that I can't beat without it. There are most games that I can't beat without, actually, but yeah. I love my Game Genie. For those who don't know or haven't seen the Game Boy version, that's what it looks like. This is the Game Genie. Now, when you first buy this new, it's supposed to have a code book in the back. Mine doesn't, obviously. And it comes with labels that you can put on the back of your games, and you can write codes on. And it's designed to go with this because it fits really neatly in the top. And your game. And there. And of course you put the label on there, and you put your codes in for infinite lives or infinite energy or whatever else you need. But yeah, have a Game Genie, and I've used it more often than I care to admit, but okay. Right, so to the games. Now, most of my games, when they're not out to show you, live in a little turbo, a little drawer container to keep them neat. Otherwise they'd be stacked all over a drawer somewhere, or piled up high on shelves where they could get knocked over. And so just to keep them just neat, I have a little container I keep them in. Okay, games. I'll show you the Game Boy first, then the Color, then the Advance. This makes more sense, I think. It was in my head anyway. So, here's one I've shown in a previous video. Nintendo World Cup. Favourite soccer game, football game, sorry, for my UK watchers. RoboCup. I love the music on this, actually, for a Game Boy game. Great music on that. RC Pro M. Racing game. Great. Why not? Mario and Yoshi, which I believe is just called Yoshi in the States. Don't know why, because Mario's in it as well, but there you go. Puzzler game. Wizards and Warriors X10. Fortress of Fear. And I think this was a launch title, or at least it came out just after it was launched. But not bad. Mega Man 2. I love Mega Man. Mega Man 2 is my favourite NES game, so I had to get the Game Boy version. Which isn't bad. Not as good as the NES version, but it's not bad. Another great puzzler. Dr. Mario. Love Dr. Mario. Insanely hard game. Battletoads. Even with the Game Genie. It's difficult. Fun, but difficult. Tetris Attack. Good game. Variation on the original. Not bad. Super Game Boy compatible. Yeah, that makes a difference. Mario Golf. Or just Golf, whichever you want to call it. I could never actually get into that. Played a few holes, but I think you just get bored. Probably just like real golf, I imagine. Sorry for all those golfers out there. Lock and Chase. Didn't actually know what that was about. It's kind of a Pac-Man, Bomberman kind of mashup. Interesting. Fun if you find it, pick it up. It's relatively cheap, I think. But it's not bad. Another variation, Tetris Blast. It's a fun little puzzler. A bit of James Bond. Love a bit of James Bond. Dragon's Lair. Very weird game. It's basically one very long level and you have to collect crystals on. There's 101, I think, crystals. Difficult game. Not bad though. Metroid 2. Picked this up from the Super Retro Games Fair a few weeks ago. Relatively cheaply too. But I love Metroid. Spider-Man 2, one of the first games I ever bought for my Game Boy. And it's got my Game Genie codes at the back. But Spider-Man 2. Kind of a puzzler platformer. Pretty good. Galaga and Galaxian. Because I love those two games. My favourite two arcade games. Especially Galaxian. Love Galaxian. Some of that. Double Dragon. Another one of the first games I played for a Game Boy. It was actually my friend's Game Boy. He got one just after it first launched. And he went into Manchester City Centre with me and he chose this game as the first game for his system. It's one of the first games I played. But yeah, I love this version of it. Probably not the best version of it. You know, arcade, NES, whatever. But I do love this version of this game. Great game. Now this one. This game. I actually got in a blind trade with John Riggs. Again, another fantastic YouTuber. If you've not checked out his channel, please do. I'll link it below. Give him some love. This is Operation C. Now the reason I'm going crazy about this is because this is a Contra game. Now I'm in the UK. Now anyone in the UK will tell you, we don't have Contra. You can't get Contra in this country. It's Probotector over here. Yeah, so I've got Contra. Thanks for that, John. Appreciate that. Operation C. Love it. I think I traded him a Pilot Wings frame and he sent me a few Game Boy games, including that. So I'm loving that. Okay. The Flash. The 90s Flash, which I loved. I loved that series. Although it only came out over here as 3 straight-to-video movies, which is a real pain, because I really loved it. We got Lois and Clark instead. But The Flash. I love Flash. Alleyway. To say no more. It's Alleyway. It's great. Kirby's Pinball. Because you have to have a pinball game. You just have to. It's the law. Turtles. Fall of the Foot Clan. Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles. Yes, Hero. Because in the UK, when these bad boys came out, they were the Hero Turtles. Something to do with censorship. They weren't Ninja Turtles. No, 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 no. Ninja was too violent. They were Hero Turtles. Proof? Well, I happen to have one of my old Turtle comics here. There you go. They were the Hero Turtles. How lame is that? I know. DuckTales. Because who doesn't love this game? Get a comment now saying, me, I don't love this game. Star Wars. Have to have some Star Wars. Mario Land 2. The 6 golden coins. I think we voted one of the top 10 Game Boy games, I think. But it is good. And why not? Zelda. Link's Awakening. Still not beat this thing all the way through. In fact, I have to keep restarting it because I keep forgetting where I am. I have to restart it because I forget. So those are my loose games. These are my boxed games now. So, start off with Spider-Man the X-Men. I actually didn't think that was too bad. A lot of people slated this game, but I can see where they're coming from, but I quite enjoyed that. Donkey Kong Land. The first game I got with a yellow cartridge. It's supposed to be, I don't know. It's the first actually Super Game Boy game I got, I think it was. Where you can actually put it on this Super Game Boy and add a different, you know, border. But, good game. Mario Land. It's one of the games I've got with a. It's from that website. You can hear it in those. Wario Land. Super Mario Land 3. Actually, the US version of this. Put these games down here before they fall over and smash. You can tell from the rating system there, the ESRB. And also, on the back, the Nintendo seal of quality. It's actually a different shape. In America, it's an oval shape. In the UK, find the game, it's circular. So it's one way you can tell if you've got an American version or that region's version. Still works though, because great thing about Game Boy, most of them are region free. So this works fantastic. Spider-Man. Favourite superhero of all time. Have to have Spider-Man. Gygo's Quest. This was the first RPG I ever played. And I still love it. I can still put this in the Game Boy and spend hours at it. I love this game. Great game. If you get a chance to pick that up, please do. Batman. The animated series. This was my Batman growing up. Kevin Conroy. Batman. Great. Mark Hamill as the Joker. Come on. He's the Joker. The movie. Michael Keaton movie. Tie-in. Great game. I'm going from those Batman games to this Batman game, which I think is insanely difficult. Still can't beat this. It's good, but still can't beat it. Kirby's Dream Land. Fantastic game. Bit of tennis. You love our tennis in this country. Wimbledon and all that. Not that we ever win. Spider-Man 3. Castlevania Adventure. Love me some Castlevania. I actually saw this for sale at Play Expo a few weeks back, and the price on it was huge. I can't believe how much this was. It's like there's phases. The games have phases of going from high price to really low price. Last year's Play Expo, I saw this at about £10. This year's, it was close to 30. And last year, Metroid was really expensive. It's weird. Okay, now my last 3 boxed games for the original Game Boy. Yeah, I think everyone's got at least one of these titles in there. I've got all 3 of these ones, but I think everyone's got at least one of these. Red, blue, and yeah, yellow. All 3 of them. Now, when I bought this, I actually got this from eBay. And as you can tell from the US version of it, I had a look at the save on here because someone left their file on here. And whoever sold this had left all 150 Pokemon on it. Yeah, does that make it more valuable? I don't know. All I know is, it's really fun to play Pokemon Stadium on the N64 because I have all 150 Pokemon at really high level. So, whoever that was, thanks for that. Okay, so Game Boy Color. Now, I don't have a load of Game Boy Color games. After the original Game Boy finished and we went to Game Boy Color, I kind of lost interest for a little bit. I got some titles, some the ones I wanted, but I didn't get loads. So here's some of the ones I have. Earthworm Jim, Mario Land 2. I saw this in a previous video. Zelda, Oracle of Ages. Now you might notice that they're different types of cartridge. This one is a clear cartridge. These ones are black. And that's because if you have one of these type of Game Boy Color cartridges, they actually work in the original Game Boy. Now, I didn't actually know that until I saw CM Retro's video, so thank you for that. I actually didn't know that. But I gave it a go. I tried it out and it worked. Because of course these have got a little notch at the top. And the original Game Boy has a little lock that goes across, and these, obviously you can put these in your system, but you won't be able to turn it on because it won't fit. But it works. Pokemon Pinball. Now this works in the original Game Boy too, because it has the little notch here. See it? So it still works. It still rumbles too, if you have the battery in there. Bit of Treehouse of Horror. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, that was in a previous video too. X-Men, Wolverine's Rage. Such an angry fellow that I am. Batman of the Future, what in the America you'll call Batman Beyond. They're much more literal. It's Batman in the future. Yes, of course it is. Return of the Joker. All the titles in the world don't stop it from being a rubbish game. Another Batman game. I don't think that's all the Batman games I've got for the Game Boy now. Not sure. Scooby-Doo. Because it was something like £1 and I hadn't got it, so why not? And Donkey Kong Country. That was my loose Game Boy Color games. My boxed ones. Excuse me. Bugs Bunny. Bugs Buggy? Who's Bugs Bunny? Bugs Bunny, sorry. Crazy Castle. 4. Spider-Man. And Spider-Man 2. Lots of Spider-Man games. I am a big fan of Spider-Man. Stand up. Stand up. Pain in the... The Konami GB Collection, Volume 4. Why Volume 4? Well, it's got Gradius 2 and Castlevania 2. Love these games. These ones are good too. Yeah. Antarctic Adventure and Year Kung Fu. Not bad. But these two really sell it for me. X-Men Mutant Academy, Super Mario Brothers Deluxe, and sorry about the box, Resident Evil Gaiden, this guy, which I've been told is really rare and really valuable. I don't know, man. I picked this up a few years ago now from a store here in the UK. Now, for my UK viewers, check out that. Some Game Station. That shop doesn't exist anymore. I used to love Game Station. Some great things in there. Whoever had it before me, though, was really reckless. Look at this. Pancake the box. I might actually go to that website and make myself a new box and have this one safely just gone somewhere else. But yeah, not a bad game, actually. I'm a Resident Evil fan anyway, but yeah, not bad. Right, so that was my Game Boy Color collection. Not lots in that, but still. And I don't have a Game Boy Color, you know, actual Game Boy Color version of it. I kind of skipped one over because when the Advance came out, I got one of them, and I had kind of the almost diamond shaped ones for quite a while. And then when the SP came out, I had to get an SP. It was backlit, it folded, it fit in your pocket. And the version I got was this one, the Mario version. You can see I paid £15 for it used. After I traded in my old Game Boy Advance, it was only £10, but still. Now this one came with Mario vs. Donkey Kong. This is the one I use now. This has been very well loved, very well played. You can see by the artwork on top, it's very well loved, this game. Game Boy, I should say. Love it. I mean, I take this everywhere with me. It's great. Of course, you can play your original Game Boy games in this. You can play your Game Boy Color in this, and you can play your Game Boy Advance games in here. It's great. Now, this is a 001 model. There's two models of Game Boy Advance, for those that don't know. There's the 001 and there's the 101. Now, the big difference is that the 001 is, get this right, front lit. So when you turn it on, it looks like that. If you turn off the light, it practically disappears. The 101, I believe, is backlit. So it's really bright with the light on, but when you turn the light off, you can still see it in the dark, you know? Now, if you're going to a retro shop or a games fair or something like that, and you see an SP and you want to pick one up, but you're not sure which version you're going to get, it's just underneath it. Probably can't see it on my crappy little camera, but up here underneath the Game Boy SP sign, it has model number, AGS, and then it has a number. Mine is 001, front lit, 101 backlit. Now, usually vendors can be wise to this, and you might see two SPs. They could be the same colour, they might come with the same game, but one might be more expensive than the other, and that's probably the reason why. It's you know, because everyone wants the 101. I like that one. That one works fine for me. But I can also use my my Game Genie. It looks a bit odd. There goes the box for it. It looks a bit odd. I mean, there's my thing. And that's what it looks like with the Game Genie. I know. Oh my god. Look at that butt. Look at that. It's crazy. But it still works. Okay, and also, just a quick note. If you have a DS Lite, which I do. Yes, and it's not a special edition. These are just stickers I got on the front of a magazine. If you have a DS Lite, his little thing at the bottom comes off. You can play your advanced games in here as well. And of course, the DS is backlit, so this looks great as well. And of course, you can choose which of the two screens you can play your game on. So, just a little note. Okay, so games. Yes, that's what we're doing. That's why we're here. My loose ones first. I'll start off with Namco Museum. Look, this spends more time in my SP than any other game. Excuse me, because of the games on it. It's got Galaga Galaxian on it, which I said before I love, and these are the arcade versions of it, so even better. Got Miss Pac-Man on here as well. Dig Dug and Pole Position. Some great games. Donkey Kong Country 2. Pretty good. Van Helsing. Again with the silly voices. I don't know why I have these voices, but Van Helsing. Zone of the Enders. I picked it up thinking it'd be like the PlayStation 2 version. It's really not. It's not bad, but it's not the PlayStation 2. Hey. Turtles. And this time, yes, it's the Ninja Turtle. They actually realised the mistake. Ninja Turtles this time, not Heroes. Spyro. Spyro the Dragon. Still can't get into it. But, hey, you know, it's Spyro. Okay, come over here, you. Scooby-Doo. Why not? Mario and Luigi. Superstar Saga. Saga. Yep, it's a saga. Showed this one before. Flight of the Falcon. Why not? NES Classics Donkey Kong. It's a classic, alright. Doom. One of only 2 versions I own. I actually have this one and I have the PlayStation one. PlayStation 1. But yeah. Not bad. That one's easier to see on the DS, I think, than it is on the SP. Prince of Persia. Pokemon. Mystery Dungeon. Red Rescue Team. Incredible Hulk. I do like my Marvel games. Showed this one before. Aladdin. Great port of a Super Nintendo version. Crash. Pokemon Fire Red, which is a Game Boy Advance version of Pokemon Red, I think. Ultimate Spider-Man. Again with the Spider-Man games. I do like Spider-Man. Garfield. Search for Pookie. See, I never know what I'm going to buy when I actually buy these things. I could see a bunch of Game Boy games and just flick through them and think, oh, I've never played that. I'll pick it up, see what it's like. Could be total cack for all I know. Most of the time I'm right. Speaking of which. Yeah, you know what I mean? Now this one is a classic. James Pond. Robocod. Great. Mario Land 4. Just missing number 3 now. Metroid. Zero Mission. Great game that. Love that game. And that's the loose Game Boy Advance games. Now these are my boxed ones. Oh, get over here. Avatar. Last Airbender. Fantastic cartoon. Crap film. Cartoon. If you've not seen the cartoon, watch it. If you've seen the film, you know what I mean. Spider-Man again. There's a theme emerging here. Spider-Man. See? That's the movie type. That's not bad. Batman again. Batman Vengeance. Well, he had to turn up sooner or later. And there he is. Final Fight 1. When I bought this, I actually didn't rate it. I really didn't like it at first. It took a few plays for me to get the hang of this game. Really enjoy it for what it actually is, you know. I've always been a Streets of Rage guy when it comes to games like this. For me, you can't beat Streets of Rage 1. That's the best beat 'em up platform game that I've played. I mean, a lot of people prefer number 2, but I prefer number 1. So when I played this, it's okay, I suppose, for the Game Boy, but I like it. Look, now I love it, but you know. X-Men. Reign of Apocalypse. It's another good one. Stupid t-shirt keeps falling out. Earthworm Jim. To me, the best version is still on the Mega Drive. Genesis. But, pretty good. Castlevania. Now this is a weird one. When it came out in this country, we got this one. In America, I think it's called, it might be Circle of the Moon or something like that. I really don't know. If you know, please comment and put me right. I don't know, but still good. I think this is the game that actually coined the Metroidvania. I think. I mean, I could be more wrong than right, you know. Zero. When I bought this, I didn't know anything about it. Just that I'd played the SNES version, loved it. So when this found this, why not get that? Metroid Fusion. Great game. It's another one from the website. But yeah, Metroid Fusion. Zelda, Minish Cap. Great game. This, I think, if you have not got into the Zelda games yet, this is a great jumping on point. It's not too long, it's not too difficult, it's quite straightforward, the puzzles aren't too hard. I mean, I love this game. Just not too, yeah, great game. If you've not played any Zelda games and you get a chance to pick this up, pick it up, it's great. And speaking of great Zelda games, A Link to the Past. You know, who doesn't love that game? If you had it for the Super Nintendo, you know how great this is. Voted one of the top 10 games of all time, I believe. It includes 4 Swords, which is a 4-player game. So you need 3 other people with this game on their GBA. But yeah, great game. Speaking of Zelda, I picked it up from Super Retro Games Fair. The original. Gotta love it. Okay, now these are my Mario games for my GBA. Super Circuit. Which I didn't think was too bad. I enjoyed that. Many great hours for that. It's Mario. It's the NES Mario for your Game Boy Advance. But then so was Deluxe version. But hey, there you got that. Now, when Mario did come out on the Game Boy Advance, to start off with, because that one didn't come out until much later, we had Super Mario Advance. And they very weirdly ordered them. Mario Advance 1 is actually Super Mario Bros. 2. But not the NES version of Super Mario Bros. 2. It was the All-Stars version of Super Mario Bros. 2. I know. Yeah. So it's Super Mario Bros. 2 and Mario Bros. So you get the arcade Mario Bros. And the Mario All-Stars Super Mario Bros. 2. And that was Mario Advance number 1. Now you'd think for Mario Advance 2, they might do Mario 3 or something. But no. No, not Nintendo. Oh no. That'd be too simple. For Mario Advance 2, it was Super Mario World. I don't know. Yeah. So, but then they did make the logical follow-up, because Super Mario Advance 3 is Yoshi's Island, which makes sense, because those games follow each other. Okay, but then they brought out Super Mario Advance 4, and they took a few steps back, because Super Mario Advance 4 is Super Mario Bros. 3. Yeah, I know it's like... Anyway, so that is my Game Boy collection, from Game Boy Original to Color to Advance. That's what I've got. That's it. That's my collection video. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any games that you have in your collection that I've not got in mine, please have a gloat and comment below. I'm sure there's lots. I mean, I've not got the biggest collection of Game Boy games. Like I say, I tend to collect what I played as a kid and liked, or I've got rid of, or traded and I want to get back. I mean, to name a few, Turrican, I used to have that for the Game Boy. I traded it from a Mega Drive game. I can't remember what it was now, but I traded it, but I'd still love to get it back. Nemesis is another one. Great shooter game. Traded it for something else. Love to get that back too. I had a look online, it was stupidly expensive. hindsight's a wonderful thing. If you know now what you should have known back then you wouldn't have sold these things. I certainly would have kept a lot more boxes too. So not have to print them out and make them again. Anyway, thank you for listening to me drone on again. I appreciate you all watching and taking the time out to see the things I've got. Until next time, take care, take it easy, and I'll see you soon. See you later.